Hey guys, and welcome to ArcTech. So in this video we'll see the topic pointer arithmetic. Now usually you'll get a question for finding the output based on this topic. Now the first thing is only addition and subtraction can be performed on pointers. Okay, so there is no way of doing division or multiplication or modulus with a pointer. So you're only allowed to do addition and subtraction with the pointers. Second thing is adding. Now this is important because most of the questions are based on this point only. Now adding 1 to a pointer means adding the size of the pointer's data type to the pointer. Okay, so what this means is, suppose you have an integer pointer, then adding 1 to the pointer means you are adding 2 to the pointer. Why? Because size of integer is 2. And in the same way, suppose you have a float pointer, then adding 1 to the pointer means adding 4 to the pointer. Why? Because size of float is 4. We'll see this in example. I have example in the next slide. And one more thing is, when a pointer is incremented by 1, then it points to the next element and not to the next address location. Okay, so there is difference between element and address location. We'll see this in an example. So here is an example, and we have 3 lines of code only. Okay, in the first line of code we are declaring a integer a. Okay, so after execution of this line, the compiler will allocate a memory to us. Okay, so memory block is allocated for us, and you can see here we have a as the name, and then we have 2000 as the address for this a. Okay, so after this we are declaring a integer pointer. The name of the pointer is ptr. Okay, so after execution of this line, a block will be allocated for this ptr, and ptr is a pointer. Now we are assigning the address of a to this ptr. Okay, so after this line's execution, the address of a, that is 2000, will be stored inside this ptr. So here is 2000 stored inside this ptr. Now this a is an integer. Okay, an integer has size of 2 bytes. Therefore this 2000 and 2001 block will be given for this a. So these two blocks are for a because these are for 2 bytes. Okay, so after this, ptr plus 1 will be 2002. Why? Because size of integer is 2, and therefore we have 2000 and 2001 for a, and then we have 2002 for ptr plus 1. Okay, so ptr plus 1 is equal to 2002. Okay, so these two are for ptr plus 1. And after this we have ptr plus 2 is equal to 2004. Why? Because size of integer is 2, and therefore these two are for the next element, and then we have ptr plus 2 is equal to 2004. Okay, so this is for integer. We'll see an example for character. Now in the same way we are declaring a character c. Okay, this is the c, and the address of it is 2000. Now we have declared a character pointer whose name is cptr. So here is cptr, and then we are assigning the address of c to cptr. So here is the address stored inside cptr. Now after this, size of character is 1 byte. Therefore this one block is given for c. And when we do cptr plus 1, then we mean 2001 block. Why? Because size of character is 1. Okay, and the same way cptr plus 2, that is cptr is this, cptr plus 1 is this, and cptr plus 2 is 2002. Okay, so this is the way we use the arithmetic concept with pointers. Now you can say this ptr is this. Okay, and ptr plus 1 is this 2002, and ptr plus 2 is 2004. Okay, so this is all about this simple topic. Now some important points here are, two pointers cannot be added. Okay, so there is no way of adding two pointers. We can only add or subtract integers from pointers. Okay, so there is no way of adding or subtracting pointers. We cannot add or subtract two pointers, but we can add an integer to a pointer, or we can subtract integer from a pointer. Now generally for character we have memory location for 1 byte. Okay, 1 byte wide. For integer we have 2 bytes of locations, and for float we have 4 bytes of location. Now we have another term, that is base address. Now base address is the address of the first byte of the memory location. Okay, so we'll say example. So here we have 3 pointers. Okay, the first one is a character, second one is a integer, and third one is a float pointer. Now in this case, after execution of these lines, we are creating a pointer whose name is cp, which is a character pointer. Second thing is we are creating a variable whose name is ch, and the value stored in ch is a. So you can see here we have ch here. The address of ch is 1001, and the value here is a. Okay, so a is stored inside this ch. Now after this, we are assigning the address of A, assigning the address of CH to CP. Okay, so you can see here CP is equal to AND of CH, that is address of CH. So here CP stores address of CH, that is 1001. Okay, because the base address of CH is 1001. We'll see the second example, that is integer example. Here we have an integer pointer whose name is IP. Then we have a variable IVL whose value is 24. So here you can see, here we have IVL. Okay, so here we have 2 bytes for this. Why? Because size of integer is 2 bytes. So here we have 1028 for this base address, and we have 1029 for the second address location. So here we have 2 bytes for IVL. Now after assigning the address of IVL to IP, we can see that 1028, that is the base address of this IVL, is assigned to this. Now 1029 is not assigned because this is not the base address. The base address is 1028, therefore 1028 is assigned to this IP. In the same way, if we have a float pointer and a float variable, and we have the float name as float pointer as FP, we have float variable name as FVL. Okay, now 17.37 is stored inside this float variable. Okay, name of the variable is FVL. After this, we have assigned the address of FVL to FP. Okay, so here we have 4 bytes for FVL, and here you can see the base address, that is 2001, is stored inside this FP. Why? Because the base is 2001. So we cannot store 2002 and all this inside this. The only base address is stored inside the pointer. So this was a small topic, and thanks for watching.